Okay, so I've just been walking for about 15-20 minutes, still half an hour till official sunrise. It is getting brighter here, and I've come to the top of a small cliff. I'm probably not going to go all the way up to the big cliffs because I just have a feeling there's not going to be a shot up there. But I've come to this little cliff where the river that I was at yesterday is now snaking out to the sea. And I'm going to try a couple of long exposure shots here, but it is really messy. There's lots of boulders everywhere. 15 minutes ago I had the fright of my life because I walked past a gate that I didn't think I needed to go through, and it turns out I did. So I turned round to go back to it, and as I turned round, through the gate and the footpath came these two bright red eyes, like dog size, bright red eyes. And they looked up at me, and I'm not lying, I was a little bit scared. And then it just turned around and ran away. And it ran the way I wanted to go, and I thought to myself, do I go that way and risk meeting Devil Dog? But it turns out it was a dog walker and I think the dog had some sort of collar on. But, Jesus Christ, it scared the hell out of me. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to little wander around here, keeping well away from the edge of the cliff because I'm not that adventurous yet, and there's no way that I'm going to risk falling. It's only 20 foot down, but 20 foot onto rocks is still 20 foot onto rocks. So let's see if we can get some kind of shot here. I can't think where else I'm going to go. I haven't scouted this area. Perhaps I should have come up here last night, but I was too busy on the beach. I guess I should have got here earlier yesterday, but I'll know next time to get to a location and give myself a couple of hours for scouting and then a couple of hours for photography, and then I'm ready for the sunrise and the sunset, or the sunset and the sunrise. So anyway, let's see what we can do. So I'm going to give this a little bit of thought before I just dive in. Let's make sure that... Okay, so I have an average composition. It is... Where's my button? There it is. It is going to be relatively boring.
And you see, there's my problem. Why am I wasting time on a rubbish composition that is relatively boring? These are the things that I need to learn and understand and not waste the next 5 minutes trying to set up a shot that I know is not going to be very good. So I won't bore you with those details. Here's the image. Let's move on.
Right, this is a much nicer composition. So there is this rock here, and there's a couple next to it, and then there's this sweeping band here that goes out to the sea. And I've set up just down here. We're only 10 yards away from where we were a minute ago. I've taken the picture already because I wanted to focus on that first. Much better than the first one. I did have to but compose out this rock here, because as soon as I brought that rock in, we started getting this coming into the other side of the frame, which just spoiled the balance of it all. So that is a nicer one. That might be my favourite the whole 2 days I've been here, actually. So far, sunrise is now, I mean, it's hard to tell because it's so cloudy. There's no light, but we're going to wander around here for a bit. Staying safe. There's a little path down here to the beach here. The main cliffs are here, which I'm not going to go near, just in case I'm on my own. So not very adventurous, I know, but that's, I'm afraid, how I am at the moment. But there's a little path down here onto this beach. We'll have a look, see if we can find any close-ups of rocks with the water moving and stuff like that. But this image, it's on the screen now, possibly my favourite. So here I am down nearer the river part from where I just took that last photo, and it's easy to see why they warn you to stay away from the cliffs, which I am. There was a path down. I think it's been sort of man-made or footprint made, but I'm staying away from the cliffs. They're about 12 foot high, maybe twice as high as me. But there are signs of erosion. You can see where the sand's falling away around this bank here. Over here there's like a cutout, and it's obviously been edged away by the water, and around here there's some mud that's fallen down from the cliff. But there's one more photo that I'm going to take of these rocks here that are, it's just a straight line out with the water running through it. Maybe quite nice, maybe rubbish. You can be the judge of that when it goes on the screen in a minute, but let's get that taken and then we'll get back up on the cliff tops. Right, back up on the cliff top now. That last photo really rushed. It was a bit rushed. So I'm back up here where I took my favourite photo, I think, so far these 2 days. Not sure where to go now. I may go up to the cliff top just to see if there's any views. There's no mist, there's no light. It's just going to be a boring, well, as boring as a lovely coastal sea line can get. Or do I go back round to where I was yesterday, which again is probably going to be the same? Or do I just call it a day, go back to the van and have breakfast? I don't think there's anything else from here unless I can single out something. I'll have a fiddle around here first and then I will wander off and see where we go. It's a big hill. I've come quite, not a long way at all by any stretch of the imagination, but I think I'm going to go back to where I was yesterday. The problem I have is you have to be out of here by 10 o'clock, which is a really early checkout. And it's only 8 o'clock now, so I've still got 2 hours, but I want to have breakfast and I'll pack up some stuff. So if I can get around there in 10 minutes, have 20 minutes around there, and then I can be back at the van by 9. That'll give me enough time for brekkie. But this and the cliff top, which we've walked before, and I don't remember it being particularly stunning apart from the off into the distance photos, I don't remember there being anything particularly amazing about it. So we're going to give that a miss today. We're going to go back round to where there is something, hopefully. I'm going to try and look at that river from the other side and see if that makes any difference. Try and get one more photo before we go back to the van for breakfast. So let's walk that way now. It's a good time though, I'm having a good time. Right, I'm on top of this sand dune now. I'm on the exact opposite side to where I was when I took my first couple of photos, and the photo that I still think is going to be the winner for today. And I'm about to go back to the van, but I feel like doing a whole video with just one decent image is, and this isn't going to be decent, but I feel like I need to take another one to justify my time here, which is totally wrong, and I will get over that, I'm sure. But I'm just going to take one more of this river sweeping round, slow shutter speed again, theme of the day I'm afraid, just because there's no light. I keep saying that, there's no light, there's no light, there's no light, but there isn't any light. So I've got to add something to the image that makes it a smidgen more than a snapshot. But it is windy, so hopefully I can embed the tripods. Let's get it done. Let's go back and have a cup of tea and breakfast. You may have seen my video on Wednesday about whether or not my dilemma with cloning things out. Watch that after this video, just so this bit will make sense. There are several things that don't make this a good photo in my eyes. One of it is the light. The second thing is the sand. Now, there are lots of stray rocks littering the banks of the sweep that I'm going to photograph that take away that minimalist feel that I'd like to go for. So my dilemma standing here right now, not even having pressed the shutter button, is do I clone them out or not? And I think I'll only know that in post, but you're going to see it in like 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, 5 seconds maybe. I'm currently on a vertical crop. I obviously have the option to go into square if I want to. If I go into square, I lose the sky, which is fine, and then it just becomes sea and sand, which will probably help the minimalist look. I'm going to shoot it in square, and as I've said millions of times before, that then gives me the option to go back to the full frame if I want to. I'm going to make a couple of tweaks on this composition. I'm going to take one more photo, and then we're back to the van, hopefully in time for breakfast. Jesus. Right, welcome back after day 2 of my inaugural. In all my videos. Oh, microphone. I always forget that, but I take it off my coat and then I forget about it. Hopefully you can hear me. So, as with all my videos, I'm back in the van to give you my thoughts on today's video. Watch yesterday's as well if you haven't seen that yet. That would be last week's video. But yesterday in real life, if that makes sense. What did I think of today's shoot? The first photo I really liked. I haven't seen it on the screen yet, you guys have. But at the time of recording this, I haven't. But the rocks, the sweeping sandbank and the slow water, I really like that one. I'm hoping that's going to be the shot of the day. The next photo, which I may have shown you with just the 3 rocks and the water moving at different speeds over it, I didn't like. I should have realised that was going to happen because I could see the water in the centre of the river moving a lot quicker than the water near the bank. I should have realised that there'd be a disparity there between the speed and therefore it wouldn't look as good. But you live and learn, you know, that's what I'm doing this for. And the last photo, I think it was the last one, when I was up high looking down on the river coming out into the sea. Average at best. At the time of recording this, I haven't deemed it whether or not appropriate to clone out some of those rocks and tidy it up a little bit. I've got to do something to it because there was just no light this morning. You know, I woke up and a thick cloud was there. And I could tell that there was going to be no light. The weather forecast said it was going to be thick cloud. And it was thick cloud. Bacon, butter, milk for tea. I think we'll leave the beer till a bit later. And that's it. The fridge is pretty much empty now. Bit of chicken left from last night, some chocolate, which is what every camper needs. So I need to go back in there again. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on today's shoot. I don't know what I've got coming up next. Got a few things on at work, so it's going to be trying to squeeze it in when I can, but I'm hoping that I need to get back out into the forest because it's autumn and these colours are going to go, so it's really important that I spend a couple of days in the forest Even if it is, I don't care if it's weathered like this, because it means I can stay out all day and just look for colours. The light in the morning would be amazing, but you can't judge the light. You know, you don't know when the light's going to happen. You can look at the weather forecast and hope. I don't know enough yet to be able to determine whether or not they're going to be light tomorrow or not. I don't think you can. I think you just have to. You're in the luck of the gods, or the lack of the gods, whatever the saying is. So yeah. Thank you for making it this far. You obviously like what you see if you've made it through to the end of this video, so why not give the video a thumbs up? Really helps the channel, really gets it in front of other people who may enjoy my journey that I'm on. And yeah, why not subscribe? You know, there might be other videos coming up that you like, as well as you can take a remote bit of pleasure in my struggles as I try to become a half decent landscape photographer. But anyway, that's all for now. Breakfast time, and I've got under an hour before I have to pack up and get out. So thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye for now.